Welcome to this update. Let's see some things that are happening in parts of the world this week. This first video is for North America, and later we'll make videos tonight for more countries. So first we have this feature in the North Pacific that is ex-typhoon that formed in the Philippines last week. I don't know if you remember that. And then it crossed in the ocean near Japan, and now it's just an extratropical low pressure there. So it's now to the south of Alaska, I think. And then it will kind of linger there and leave some rain in parts of Pacific Canada there, and in the Pacific Northwest. There's also another low pressure, two other low pressures actually that appear in the North Pacific there later this week. I don't know if the ex-typhoon is one of these other low pressures, but I don't think so. It must be this one already there. So just to let you know. So in Alaska there's nothing big happening because the low pressure is to the south, but there's just a winter storm watch there. Winter weather advisory in a part of northern Alaska, but it's doing well. And then let's see kind of the rainfall accumulation for Alaska and Canada and those other areas, and snowfall as well. So not much, but next 3 days you can see some in central Alaska, in parts there of the northwest central and southern Alaska. But in the next 5 days it shows more hotspots in southern Alaska. So in those other areas here that belong to the U.S, I think, in the Pacific coast there. So be aware. Scattered in parts of Canada, in British Columbia, Alberta, and then more in the next 5 days in parts of northern Manitoba and other areas of Manitoba, Saskatchewan. A little bit less in Quebec, but some more rain in southern Quebec there in the next 5 days. In the southwestern coast of Greenland too, some more. And let's see snowfall. There's fewer this time of year, but let's take a look. Mainly in the mountains and in high areas. So southern Alaska, some more, and parts of Canada there too, including northern Saskatchewan, northwestern Manitoba, parts of, I think this is Yukon and some other areas, but nothing big. Northern Alaska, a few scattered, and some other areas of Alaska, but I think it's good. Wind gusts, let's see. You can see in the ocean there lots of strong winds because of the low pressure. And then the low pressure kind of goes near the coast in Pacific Canada and in those other areas of southernmost Alaska. And then some stronger winds start affecting the waters and the islands there by Tuesday, I think, yes. And then some stronger winds in those near coastal areas and parts of British Columbia too. But I also want to mention these strong winds in Montana and parts of Saskatchewan, North Dakota, southern Alberta, Wyoming and other areas there. It's showing some strong winds starting Tuesday into Wednesday here in those areas. So and even late on Wednesday shows more gustier winds all the way from eastern Alberta to South Dakota there. So we will keep checking this BOR, and even a little bit gustier on Wednesday on parts of northeastern Manitoba. So let's see. And then the low pressure will be dissipating there on the Pacific, and more stuff later. So let's see. And then Let's just see some things for Canada here, some alerts, but keep in mind that these alerts change every day and many times per day. So there will always be new alerts here, even when we are not making videos. So you can check them in this site here. So let's see. There are some heat alerts for parts of Ontario, I think. Temperatures might exceed 29 degrees Celsius, combined with overnight lows of 18 degrees Celsius in the next 2 days. There, so be aware. Some rainfall warnings scattered in parts of southern British Columbia, and some highway advisories there for mixed precipitation possible. So this will change, but be aware. And the same thing goes for the U.S alerts here that change all the time too. So let's see, we have some excessive heat watches for southern Arizona and other parts of Arizona, southern California too, some excessive heat watches, and excessive heat warnings for southern Nevada, parts of Arizona, many parts of California, especially the valleys there, the Sacramento Valley, and southeastern California there. So I also saw a report of a wildfire or two already, and then some heat advisories in southern Texas, parts of southern New Mexico, south central Nevada, and parts of California too. So be aware with this coming heat. So we have some high wind warnings in parts of Montana there, and some high wind watches too for those gustier winds I showed you earlier. Some flood watches in parts of Idaho and Washington, and more wind advisories there. So let's see here the overview for today, tomorrow, and after tomorrow. Quantitative precipitation, days 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and days 1 through 7 you can see a hot spot there in the plains. Excessive rain, there are 3 slight risks today, one in parts of the Midwest, others from Texas to Missouri, another from Idaho there in Idaho, and another marginal. There are actually 5 marginals. So one in the Pacific Northwest, others in Idaho, Montana, parts of Oregon, and Washington, another in North Dakota going into Canada, and then another from Texas to Wisconsin, and another in parts of Virginia there in North Carolina. So lots of rain. A big slight risk tomorrow from Oklahoma to southern Canada, and a big marginal. Day 3, a big marginal from Texas to through the parts of the eastern U.S. and the south there, all the way to southern Canada. And day 4, just a marginal in the northeast. And day 5, another marginal in the plains. So let's see. Snowfall, very little, just maybe in the Pacific Northwest and another area. Let's see this. This is a temperature outlook here, just like lower than average or higher than average. Day 3 through 7, no, day 6 through 10 show higher than average in parts of the west and the south, even the northeast, and lower than average in parts of central US. So day 8 through 14 shows still some higher than average in the south and in the west, and maybe in the tip of the northeast, and some below average in other parts there. Now precipitation, it shows above average in parts of the southwest and other parts there, in southern Florida maybe, and other parts of the northeast, and below average in the north maybe, and in the southeast one area. This is just a forecast. So let's see. Day 8 through 14, some areas, lots of areas of maybe above average and some below average. So let's see the severe weather now. So there's a slight risk in part from west easternmost Iowa to Wisconsin, there to southern Wisconsin, and a slight from Texas Panhandle to Mississippi. And so tornadoes 5% in North Texas and Oklahoma, 2% there in southern Wisconsin, Illinois, and western and eastern Iowa, and 2% from Texas Panhandle to northeastern Louisiana. Hail is 5% in those areas, 15% in the slight risks, and 15% hatched in North Texas. Wind is 15% in the slight risks, 5% in those other areas, and 5% in the marginals, including a marginal there in Montana and North Dakota that might affect southern Canada too. So, strong to severe thunderstorms possible with parts of the Mississippi Valley into the Ozarks Plateau and southern plains this afternoon and evening. A more concentrated area of severe thunderstorm risk may become focused across the southwest and southern Oklahoma this evening to tonight. So, be aware there. And let's see, day 2 was light. Parts of Kansas, northeastern Kansas to Iowa there. Be aware. Tornado threat 2% in parts of Kansas all the way to southwestern Iowa. Wind threat 15% and 5%. 15% there, 5% from Oklahoma to southern Canada. Hail 5% there in the marginal, in some areas of the marginal, and 15% in the slight. So let's see. Strong to occasionally severe thunderstorms possible from the upper Midwest to middle lower Missouri Valley on Tuesday. So just be aware. Day 3 there's nothing, just general risk of thunderstorms. Day 4, Day 5, Day 6, Day 7, Day 8, nothing too. So we'll keep monitoring. The fire outlook is elevated in parts of West Texas, New Mexico, and Arizona for Day 1. Day 2 shows no areas here, but let's see here. Day 3, Day 5, nothing, I think. So this is it, I think. Let's see some more stuff about the temperatures now. So let's see this summary of the high temperatures. Day 1 max 100s in parts of Texas and New Mexico, some 90s all the way to Colorado, parts, some 100s in parts of southeastern California, southern Nevada and Arizona too. Day 2, you can see more 100s in Texas, in California, parts of Arizona too, and Nevada, and 90s all the way to South Carolina there, and A is in more areas. Day 3 max more 100s in California and some stronger, some hotter temperatures like 108 and 10, parts of Arizona and California there, and even the Sacramento Valley and in Texas, and some 90s all the way to Kansas, in Florida too, in other areas. Day 4, so let's see, more 90s there, all the way to Kansas, to North Carolina, in Florida, in Texas, occasionally some 100s, and some even warmer 100s in the southwest, 112, 111 in parts of Arizona and southeastern California there, southern Nevada. So prepare for this, stay hydrated and everything. Lots of warm temperatures coming, hot temperatures, that's not warm, that's hot. So day 5, still some 100s in the southwest there, and 90s in parts of Texas, even so occasionally 100. And let's see, day 6, still some 100s in parts of the southwest, but lighter, not as much as the other day. Some 100s in Texas and New Mexico, and some 90s in other areas. And day 7 max, let's see, just 100s in the southwest, maybe occasionally in Texas, and some 90s in other areas. So be aware. Thanks for watching.